So, hey guys, Chauzu here, and today I have another video for Grand Voyage Luffy 3, and it's going to be level 4 again, and this is the most unique looking team so far for level 3. We actually have 3 new units at once. One of them is the Frank Captain in Shiki, who lets you resist on the spear, which helps a lot in that aspect. So Shiki plus Vichu, Shirahoshi, and Manchuru will be enough for that. Shiki also good attack boost, can give a good ore boost. This team actually doesn't have Smoker on it, and we don't even need the Smoker support. You can use the X-Drake instead. Both do the same thing on this team, basically. As for the other units, well, we do have the Barto and Cavendish. Reduces threshold with their special, good for stage 4. Also does a big damage threshold, so you take less damage. You can even buff ore boost, which is sometimes useful. They also changed their slot to matching with their swap, and heals and gets damage reduction, and you get a bigger heal and damage reduction with the super swap. And this basically makes us unkillable, and since it's level 4, we can stall as much as we want. Final units, Sabo and Ace. You might think, why can I use these duo units? But well, Sabo is Striker in Dex form, that means we can use them. And likewise, Barto is Striker in his Dex form as well. Swap, we can always get a Call Affinity for extra damage, and Super Swaps gives a lot of damage. And the plan here is to one-turn the final stage with the extra damage from the Call Affinity, and you might wonder, how can you one-turn a content with damage limiter? And that's what I'm going to show you here. So let's jump into it. I actually tried to use my ideas here to make a new level 5 team, which I failed ultimately, but I'm thinking about making a video of it anyway, just to show how hard team building for a level 5 Grand Voyage actually can be. But yeah. It's going to be pretty slow here in the beginning at least. So one thing I didn't realize before when making teams for this content is that oh yeah, I'm thinking wrong here. Happens. But yeah, in this team we're going to defeat the mob, and if you do that you don't actually take any death hit, which is very useful. But of course, if you leave the back mob alive, he gives a big death hit. On level 4, there's also no Bind the Spear on the first stage, which doesn't really matter for this team, since we're not even using the support on Tesoro to remove it. Otherwise, you can use it for this stage instead to remove some the spear. But as you see with Shiki, we remove a lot of that the spear, and the small remaining amount will remove with Shirahoshi and Manchuru. I did use Tesoro stage 1, but since we're stalling, he's easily going to get his CD back. We use Shiki here. It's a good time to use him since we heal back up with Shirahoshi and Manchuru anyway. And we are actually going to use Barto and Cavendish here to get the damage we need to kill Moji and Buggy in one turn. And yeah, should have probably swapped Sub and Ace before, because now we got a Driven exclusive Color Affinity, part of Baka's 6+ kit. But yeah, we did more than enough damage anyway, so it's fine. Most of the team is Driven anyway. Now we're going to start the stall. I'm going to speed it up. Basically, I will stall until Barto and Cavendish is at 4 CD left. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can give Barto and Cavendish Mr. 3, and you can stall until 6 CD left. But as you hear, it's not really a big difference. And yeah, if you keep swapping Barto, Cavendish and Shirahoshi Manchuru, you literally don't lose HP. It's more that you gain a bit of HP every turn, which is pretty hilarious. So obviously that opens up a whole new can of strats. So we basically can take the approach where we just use a few specials for every stage. And then we just stall them back and we can use them again the next stage. That's one of the cool things with being unkillable, which Barter Cavendish is pretty good at being. But yeah, obviously it's not like putting Barter and Cavendish on the team makes it more accessible, I should say. But because we're replacing a rare recruit that most people have, probably even level 150 with a legend that many might not even have as 6+. So pros and cons. But yeah, this was mostly just to make a completely new team with completely new strats, just to show that there is more potential for this content. That's my intention at least. But yeah, we still use Tesoro here. Tesoro is the main one. I have a hard time seeing being replaced, at least versus level 4 and above. Can probably replace him versus level 3 if we come up with some cool idea. I'm interested in doing a Tesoro Frank captain team though, so that's on my list of future ideas. But I'm probably taking a Grand Voyage break now until after the treasure map. So yeah, you'd think I'd use Shiki here to remove paralysis, and Shiki special does remove it, but we actually get too low HP then, so instead we're doing Shirahoshi and Manchuri to remove the para. They both can do it. Get a lot more HP, and yeah, we just stall them back, so we're going to stall a lot again. As a bonus, we also stall back Barter and Cavendish. And yeah, back to the stalling. We're going to get back Shoujo Manchuri and Barter Cavendish specials. Honestly, I'm a bit interested here because when I made this team and recorded it, I had completely forgot that Barter Cavendish can give a color affinity of their own if you meet certain requirements. I think you need an attack and ore boost or something like that. So I'm interested in final stage, do we actually make use of the sub and H color affinity? Because if we don't, they are totally unnecessary on this team. And yeah, I already feel like making a new variant on this team, potentially even better. Don't think it will help against level 5 though. And yeah, I don't think we use Barter Cavendish for the color affinity because you're not allowed to use color affinity specials final stage, which is the main reason we're even using Sabo and Ace here. But yeah, soon we're going to enter final stage, and I'm sure many of you are wondering, how is this even possible? We're going to kill final stage in 1 turn, but there's a damage limiter, like you can't really remove it, and if you stall a turn, they will give an even worse damage limiter and other debuffs. But yeah, you'll soon get your answer, and it's going to be a strat I've employed many times before, and I feel confident that sometime in the future we'll be able to use this strat against level 5. And what we're going to do is, let's check that damage limiter. After the preemptives, it's 1 turn, and if we bug stall, 1 turn will pass, the damage limiter gets removed, and enemies won't do anything, so they won't put up a new damage limiter. So we have 1 turn with no damage limiter, which means we just need to do enough damage. And that's what we're going to do here. One issue, of course, is that we're not allowed to have quick orbs because they do max damage, and Sub-Ace gives full board of quick, basically. But we do have the Shirahoshi and Manchuri who will give rainbow orbs, which has no issue with that. And of course we have Shiki for the recovery route as well, so doesn't really matter. Shirahoshi Manchuri is still really good though for the chain boost, which pairs really well with the chain boundary from Kusan. We've also not used Kusan yet, and that's because he has a support, As said before, we can use the smoker support or we can use the X-ray support, but we get an attack boost and supports don't get interrupted, just like swaps. So that's how we get the buffs. We use Cavendish to increase the ore boost. So yeah, we actually have really good damage now, and this is going to be a super easy kill. So yeah, that's my new team. I'm very happy with it, and I do think eventually we'll have a strat very similar to, like this to Grand Voyage level 5, but we might lack a few units right now. But yeah, that's the team. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.